pleasure to have you here. I'm Mehak Sharma. I'm here to conduct your interview on behalf of College Dunia. So as a part of our Thoughts on Education, we conduct interviews of all the higher dignitaries of various institutes across India. And we try to create a client base and try to interact with them and get to know what their thoughts on education are and how their institutions are running. So as an HOD of the Conservative Dentistry and Endodontics of Sudha Rastagi College of Dental Sciences and Research, what would you like to tell us about yourself?
Well, a very good evening to all, and it's a pleasure and honor for me to be here and being interviewed by you, Mehak, for the College Dunia. I am Dr. Prashant Dasim, Professor and Head of the Department at the Sudha Rastagi College of Dental Sciences, and I've been into the field of dentistry from last 20 years now, practicing and also into the field of teaching and research in India and abroad. I have a privilege to travel across the globe. And what I have realized in my tenure of about 20 years is that learning and sharing is a continuous process. So we need to actually learn and share together so that we can actually give best to our students and best to our patient care. That's what we are looking at, and that's what we actually do.
Yes, sir. So starting with the first question, like being the HOD of the Conservative Sciences and Endodontics, what are your roles and responsibilities towards the students and faculties of the institute?
Well, at the department, we have been working very diligently on the patient care, and also as my field is always working on the pain management. So we actually take care of those pain procedures and we relieve those pains of the patient, especially when it is related to the tooth. That is the root canal treatment procedure at our department. And we at the department has a team which works together for this process, along with our postgraduates, in which we teach them about what are the different procedures in root canal treatment they can do, and also the aesthetic procedures what they can.
Okay, sir. It's a very good insight. And so could you please tell about the program that you're offering in your institute or department, which will help students outperform and stand apart from the crowd?
Yes,
speak about the program.
Yeah, at the department, we are doing multiple programs, starting from the learning of the patient care, how to treat our patients. And I believe that before treating, we should have a compassion and empathy for our patients so that we can actually treat our students, how they can take care, not only about the procedure, but the overall well-being of the patient. So we do a lot of procedures at our department, as I said earlier, but the main is on the pain management and also on the aesthetics. But yes, at the institute, we are actually blessed that we have the latest in technologies available at our department, and especially the surgical operating microscope, which is, I think, we are the ones which we are actually delivering a microsurgical, or what I would say, a microscopic enhanced dentistry. That is what is our forte, where we work at the mini-secules of the endodontic treatment. The students get exposure to these kind of procedures at the initial levels of their training. So that helps us, and eventually the students to develop better, and they can see the deeper insights for the treatment, and accordingly they can render a better treatment plan and treatment to our patients. So we are working extensively on that.
That's a great insight, sir. I think it's all based on technology and updating the pedagogy. And what are the factors that make this program the best for the students to watch?
See, the best I will say, because when we talk about the technology, I always say skill and technology goes hand in hand. Yes. So we make our students more skilled first, and then we orient them to the new technology so that the skill along with the technology will help them to become a better clinician for their patients. And that helps them to understand the different roles or the different treatment lines they can offer to their patients. And also they can learn the new treatment modalities. Being as an international key opinion leader, and as I have a exposure of 20 years to travel across the globe. So we at our department try to inculcate those practices to our students so that they can be a better human, along with that, a better clinician for our patients.
Great, sir. And what will you say the best practices offered by the program to the students, which help them gain these necessary skills? Like you just mentioned about the skills. So, what are the best practices
Yes.
offered by the program?
See, the best
Should
part
have
is
been.
that as our department is, or I will say as our institution, I will talk more on this. We as the institution are actually having 9 departments, or I will say 9 specialties, which work together hand in hand. And we use the best practices by the interdisciplinary approach for the teaching plan. And I think that is one thing which is our focus, where different specialties will come together under one roof. And for example, during the teaching, which means the multiple teaching plan, then the different professors and heads, which will have their own experiences, we come together to do case presentation of that cases. We share our ideas, we share our treatment plan, so that the postgraduates and the students will become aware of the different treatment plans that can be given to the patient. And also, I would say interdisciplinary approach always helps us to understand the disease better and provide a better treatment to our patients and better knowledge to our upcoming doctors so that they can work better for our patients.
Fantastic, sir. Okay, so it was really nice to know that. And how do you strategize your curriculum, and how often it gets updated to make it benefiting for the students?
Actually, as we are working with the body that is known as the Dental Council of India, and Dental Council of India is the one of the autonomous body which actually designs the curriculum for the entire institute in India. So we as a dental college, as a unit, we are under the Dental Council of India, where we get we can say the plans or probably the new innovations what we need to introduce to our institution, and because we have to work under a regulatory body, so we have to design our protocols along with the Dental Council of India so that we can get those things in place. That is how exactly we do. And along with the university level, we actually interact with other institutions as well, that how they have been working on their goals, and with our dean, and we have lots of teacher training programs that we do, where we come across along with different teachers and doctors and academics, where we discuss our ideas and then we inculcate those practices into our institution.
Okay, sir. And any valuable insights of the program that you're offering at your institute or department?
Yes, at our institution, I would say we are offering very valuable programs in different specialties of dentistry, starting from the endodontics to the periodontics to the dental implants to the orthodontic procedures to the prosthetic dentistry to the diagnosis of the cancer and other problems with the tooth mouth. We also do a lot of public health industry programs in which we go out to the outskirts and also to the villages and to educate the patients about the dental health and the oral health. So this is what we do is we go and we go out of the leaps and bounds of our institution.
This looks like a very futuristic and well organized course. So, how do you train yourself and as well as the faculty to deliver this program to the students?
Yes. At our institution, we have a faculty with both national and international listening. And as I said, that we undergo a lot of teacher training programs for the faculty, where the teachers go for the different you can say training programs about learning about the new methodology of teaching, new ways to inculcating practices. So this way, our dean always supports us to go for that. So on, and we also have a like a project to get international exposure by traveling to the different conferences in the world, where we learn what is happening on the other side of the world. And we can learn new practices from there, come back to our institution, we deliver those practices for our students and for our community.
So that's very great. And like, how do you try to bring in practical approach towards this course and make it industry oriented? Like you've spoken about like futuristic approach and how you keep your students well versed with the technology and latest updates. Like they're always like up to date with whatever is happening, any new technology is coming, and or in the practice. Then how do you try to bring in practical approach towards this course and make it more in this industry oriented?
See, the industry approach is how like as the dental field is associated with industry, with different material sciences, the different. So we get support from the different industries at our institution, where they support us in different research programs. Also, in the like they provide us some of the materials with which we can actually work on the people. We make our students learn more on the practical training because we get a lot of patients in our institution for different treatment modalities. So they undergo extensive practical training in the post-graduation undergraduate. So they have to have a quota of patients what they have to complete before they appear for their final exam. That is one of the key areas where we work on. So every department has a quota which is being formed. In our department, we have, for example, if I talk about the root canal, that is the most common procedure that we do. So we have a quota of about 300 to 400 root canals a postgraduate has to do in the tenure. Then only we act on, and there are things like the different modalities like ceramic restorations, probably the new equipment like microscopes they have to work on, so that they are doing the quota which is defined. Once they complete that quota, then only they are eligible to apply for the exam. And that is actually on the patient oriented. It is not only practical training, not only theoretical training, but also practical training for us.
Yes, so it seems like a very rigorous program. So, what are the challenges that you faced or are facing to uplift the quality of education of your department?
As such, I am blessed to be very frank by the institution because institution always help us to grow on that. Challenges are always there. If you don't have challenges, then how you will grow? So we take those challenges as opportunities, and at our department or at our institution, with our dean and our management is always there to support us in what are the thick and thin and what are the new things what we require. Definitely challenges are there. The major challenge what I feel that is actually to make the student understand the empathy and the compassion to do it. That is what I believe. And today's generation is very practical. I believe that they are in a very fast forward mode, and that's what they are looking at. So to do that, they need to actually understand the ground reality of everything, whatever is required for a training provision for a postgraduate or another.
All right, so coming to the last question, that any valuable advice that you'd like to give to the students to have a prosperous career ahead?
Yes, I always say that to become prosperous, what I follow in my life, what I have learned from my teachers, I always say pass it on. That's what my teacher used to say. And that is patience and persistence is key to success. If you have to become a good professional, then you need to have patience when you're doing your patience actually. But yes, and when you have a challenge, then you need to be persistent to take care of those challenges. That means you keep on learning, keep on doing, because we are dealing with a human life, we are not dealing with machines. And what we look at is the more we care for our patients, the better solutions we will become. Don't make your life as a practical approach. You need to have 5 things when you work into the industry as a doctor: compassion, competence, consistency, communication, and last but not the least, trustworthiness. That's what I would like to share to all.
Thank you so much, sir. It was like really nice interacting with you and having great discussion over your roles and responsibilities and how you make this happen, how you run a great department in your college, and how you keep nurturing the students with the great insights you have, your own experience as well. So it was really nice knowing you and as well as interacting with you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure and honor from our institution, from Sugar Dental College, for giving me this opportunity to come before you and share I would say our institution's mission and vision. I always believe that what is a mission and vision? So our mission is to make good professionals, and our vision is that till the time we are there, the mission continues.